All right, everyone. Now it's time to address our Canadian clankers. Of course, I like Canada. I'm pretty close to the border. Canada's pretty bro-tier. I like the country, not the government, but I like the people of Canada. That being said, I have a mild offering here for you. I would like to echo Nigel Farage, actually. In his Brexit speech, of course, he said, "You need us more than we need you." Too much booing and heckling, actually, causing that moron that at the time was leading the MPs there, saying basically, "Oh, you gotta calm down. You gotta let him speak too, even if it's objectionable, even if we fucking hate him, we have to let him talk." That was a very, very funny day. You know, the good morning speech from Nigel Farage. I would like to echo that. Canada needs the United States much more than the United States needs Canada. This is just a pure drop of truth for your day. Happy Columbus Day, by the way. I like Canada. I like Canadians. We got all sorts of cool stuff from Canada, actually, from subscribers there. In the end of the day, though, the government of the United States does not need Canada. The Canadian government does need the United States. We are major trading partners. There's a huge amount of flow back and forth between our countries. But there is no resource in the United States that we don't have already organically to extract and to use for our own purposes. There is nothing in Canada that is of particular value that would cause us to need Canada to even exist. This is just a truth. This is not me insulting Canada, and it's not me insulting the Canadian people. If you want, therefore, to wage a sort of import war, and the Canadian government has quite literally blocked the importation of U.S. goods in frustration over tariff policies and things like that, it will affect you far more than it will affect us. Now, again, link in the description, archived, of course. There are a handful of stories where U.S., especially liquor producers, are feeling the pinch. Oh well, that really sucks to be you. It means nothing. It's the Canadian government that's causing that problem. It's not that the US government didn't do anything other than put tariffs on imports. Didn't do anything further. Every other nation in the world goddamn tariffs our products. It's completely unfair. And it makes no sense. It's not free trade, it's stupid trade. If another country is tariffing your goods at some points at over 100%, in order to block you out of their markets, why are we not allowed to respond in kind? Are we uniquely, out of all of the nations in the world, really going to be held to a standard that's completely different from every other nation in the world? Because that's what's happening right now. European nations, Canada, South American nations, other than Argentina, I would notice. I wonder why. Countries all over the world are balking at the United States tariffing imports and exports and getting money from that. But everyone else has already been doing it. They've been doing it for decades. China has tariffed U.S. goods at exorbitant rates for an extreme period of time. We simply sat there, somber, rolling our eyes and saying, "Oh, it's perfectly fine. Oh, we'll deal with it. Our U.S. manufacturers will be totally fine competing with free." That makes a whole lot of sense. We never responded in kind. I'm not even pro-tariff. I wish there was no such thing. But if another country is going to tariff your goods, it makes sense to respond in a retaliatory manner. The hope is that because both sides are getting fucked, hopefully you come to the table and you discuss things and you get rid of the tariffs. That's the whole point. But if Canadians want to boycott American products of their own accord, so they're simply saying, it's sort of like the Freedom Fry thing after 9/11 here in the United States. It is a little bit warped and stupid. But if you want to do that, you should be able to do that. But it's your government that is centrally doing this now. It's not just the Canadian people. The Canadian people aren't even being represented by their fucking government. Hell, and half the time in the United States, the same holds true. You think we've got a perfect system? I wish. That would be lovely. No. The Canadian people should be able to buy or sell whatever they want. U.S. good, Canadian good, Chinese good, Italian good. Who cares? It's their life. It's their business. It's their own responsibility. They can make that decision for themselves. Perfectly fine. When the Canadian government steps in, though, and doubles, literally creating an import ban on certain goods, simply because the United States decided to respond to pre-existing tariffs by the nation of Canada on many of our goods. We're talking, in some cases, it's like 800% or something like that. You're simply trying to price U.S. producers out of your markets. That's fine. That's perfectly great. Wonderful. You engaging in protectionism. Wonderful. Can the United States not do the same thing? Are we the only nation in the world not allowed to do so? Everyone gets hot under the collar when we put a tariff on something. Anyone else puts a tariff on something, it doesn't even make it into the news. You realize how much things are tariffed from the United States in hundreds of different countries? It's most of the world. Most of the geographic map of the world has at least some form of significant tariffs on U.S. goods. It could be to protect a local industry. You've got a nation, let's say it's a literal banana republic. All they export is bananas. That's literally their economy. Because that's their only export, it makes sense that they would tariff imported bananas or something like that. Because they're trying to preserve the jobs in the industry that's actually keeping the lights on. That's perfectly fine. Last I checked, Canada is a diversified economy. You've got lots of agricultural goods, you've got lumber, you've got mining, you've got stone, metals, various things, certainly a lot of fuel. You have a diversified economy. It's not the same as Rwanda, where basically, unless you dug a diamond out of the dirt with your hands, you're probably farming papayas or something like that. It's a little bit different economically speaking. And so the day of the rake is indeed here. Canadians can no longer get certain U.S. goods. It's not their fault. It's the government's fault. That's about all. Peace out.